Hi, welcome to Business Automated. Today I will show you how to quickly create products through new rows added to Google Sheets and how to send them quickly to Shopify so that you can list new products easily. Alright, let's get started. We'll be starting this scenario using a template. You can find this template in the link in the description of this video. And once you arrive over here, what you need to do is basically create new scenario from the template, and we'll be following the setup over here. So the first step is to connect Google Documents, Google Sheets. So you can see here I'm having already a connection added. If you don't have it, then click Add. Then the next step will be to select a spreadsheet. So to do that, you need to first create a spreadsheet with the product, and you will find also that spreadsheet as a model in the description of this video. And it's a fairly simple document. We don't have any product ID yet because that will come from Shopify. We don't have a variant ID. That's the same. We just have a title, product type, description, information about the vendor, SKU, our internal SKU ID for tracking, and then we also added some quantity to record the quantity there. Alright, so now let's go back to the template. We can ignore the blue bubbles. It will go away once you have blue bubbles. Then we can ignore the orange bubbles. This will go away once we finish the scenario. Once we finish the template, what we can do is to first select the spreadsheet, and the name of the spreadsheet is my products. And here we need to select which spreadsheet are we interested in, and it will be the sheet number 1. And yes, the table contains headers. Okay, let's continue. And the next step will be to add our Shopify account. So you can see that account was added over here. If you have not added it before, then you can click on the add button. And as you can see here, the template automatically selected some of the rows and columns from our file. It is not correct, but let's just click continue right now, and we will change it now. So now let's open it again, and now we can change it back to what we wanted to have. So as you can see here, it already is showing us what is the information that we will get from the Google Sheet, and we have here the title. This is what we want to use. We are also having the product type, so you will select the product type. Here we can set what status we want to have. At this stage, if we're adding products from Google Sheet, probably would like to add pictures, so we will put it as a draft. And then body HTML, this could be actual HTML, or this could be basically the description. So here what we will do is will be the description right here. And one more element that we'll add will be the product type. So we'll go back here and we'll click product type. All right, this would be creating the most basic setting to create that particular product. But for sure, we would like to add some other information, like, for example, the quantity. So let's click on the advanced settings, and you will see many other options like published, additional tags, published date, and so on. Different scope to which store this is visible, and so on. We can ignore all those options for the time being, but what we would like to do is add variants. So what we will do here, we will add one single variant, and this variant will be our product over here. So for this one, we also can add price, exactly, so that we have price over here, price. So this is not visible yet because I have just added it, but we know that will be column I. So we know that the price will be in this column, and then we can ignore any option setting for this SKU if we don't have any specific options. Here we will add SKU, and SKU will be our internal number, and we can ignore barcode, and we can ignore the inventory management, and the only thing we would need to find would be the inventory quantity. So the inventory quantity will be coming from the quantity, and we can leave the inventory policy unchanged. All right, we don't have some permissions, but this is not necessary. If you would like to change anything about fulfillment, you just need to select one of those modules about fulfillment, and it will add the permissions there. All right, so that's sort of the basic information. Okay, and now we will choose where to start for this scenario. So we will choose manually, and here we can see the rows that are there. So we'll choose the oldest row, And let's at the moment run this scenario once and let's see what happens. Alright, so we see that there was a successful creation of the product, and we have also created the product inside of Shopify. So let's refresh that, and you can see that we have 2 products in the draft status. Alright, but what we wanted to have one more step. So we basically wanted to make sure that we can capture the product ID of this product, but also once we have a variant over here, we will be able to see the ID of the variant that we have, so that this product can also have a variant ID that is tracked in case we would add more variants. It's not necessary if you have products with single variants, but might prove helpful. So what we'll do over here, we will do one more step. We will say get product, and here we will retrieve the product that we have created. And what we will do, we will also update the Google Sheet that we were just using. So we'll say update a row, select spreadsheet and sheet manually, or we can map it. So I think in this case, we can actually select it manually the same way as we were doing it before. So let's type the name of the spreadsheet, my products. And for the row number, we will take the row number from the first product that we were updating over there. So once we go back to the list of variables, this will be row number 2. The table contains header, correct? And as an ID of the product, we will first use the ID of the product here. So this was the product that was created, and as a variant ID, since we have created a single variant, we'll be using the variant for the product variant here. This will work only if you have one variant per product, because otherwise it would create multiple variants. Okay, so that is everything. We'll not be changing anything else at this stage. So let's delete those products and let's try to do it one more time. So let's delete the products. Okay, so now let's start running this again. So choose where to start. We'll say all. So that means we will process all the rows over there. So let's click OK, and then let's run it one more time. And as you can see, we have created the product and we have updated the Google Sheet. So now we have the product ID, and we also have a variant ID, which is connected to the price and to the specific quantity. Okay, so as you can see, and let's check, of course, whether the products have showed up over here. Correct. So both products are visible over here, and we can check the details. Vendor is bowl, means I am using something incorrectly here. Vendor, yes, I'm using product type as vendor. It should be vendor here. Okay, so this is a mistake, and the SKU number is correct, and also the price is correct. All right, so what we can see that if we would run this scenario now one more time, nothing will happen because there's no new rows added. But if all of a sudden you add more products, so for example you add more products, which would be, let's say, new additions or any other new products, and let's change the numbers here so it looks differently. So now I have added 2 new products, 2 new rows. This means that now when you press run once, those new products will be also added into Shopify, and these new IDs will also show up here. So then later, if there's any stock quantity updates, you can track those information. So let's go back and see whether the products were created. And yes, they were. All right. So that's everything. You could either trigger this scenario manually whenever you add new products and you would basically like to have a run of this scenario to add all of them, or you can add this on a daily or hourly if you have that often changes to the products, and you could set the scheduling here, and then the next step would be basically to turn on the scheduling, and that would be everything. Okay, all right, I hope you liked this video and this was useful for you. Please let me know in the comments what other automations around Shopify you need, and please like and subscribe. Thank you, guys.